depending how this letter goes, I may not even just mend it. I might just be like, nope, you need to like read this how it is. This is important. I thought that woman was like evil and trying to just hurt your feelings.
So, you open the letter, Taurus. You
Hmm.
start reading, and it's like someone had the thought that maybe it would be open because it's like you first open it and it's one of those like three folds, so you like open up the top very first and you see like the text happening,
Hmm.
but you open the bottom half and the message completely changes.
Mm. Huh. It, it's just that. That's all it says, nothing else.
It's more flowery. It seems like it's done in prose. Like there was a lot of time and effort to make it sound both poetic and threatening.
Clearly, they don't know who they're dealing with.
Or, maybe your friend Sylvia is intimidated by poetry.
No, we need to like cut back to the beginning of our intro. We'll show those bandits who's boss.
They hold up signs of poetry and it stops her in her tracks.
Don't look at it. Um, yeah. So I'll for stealing secret. Okay, yeah. I'll put it back together and I'll cast mend on it,
Yep.
and then wash my shirt. I'm sure it's been soaking long enough.
Oh yeah, like as soon as you got into the laundry house, they took your shirt immediately and kind of looked at it oddly, like because while you were in the bath, they had washed all your things, so everything was nice and clean, and then you decided to bleed on the shirt again. So
I'm
it's
a man of many talents.
yeah, it's like one of those moments where you're working at a store or whatever, and you're like tasked to mop the floors, and then after you're done, it's all shiny. You get like approval from your boss. Some kids who have just been jumping in the mud came in and like decided to do a full body roll on the floor that you just mopped.
I feel terrible now, and I'm going to tip the lady a gold coin.
She starts refusing because she's a servant and she's doing her job, but you still like know that soul crushing look on people's face.
Yeah, like I'll just like she'll refuse it, but I'm going to lose a gold coin near her.
Aw.
Yeah. No, it's she's getting it one way or the other.
So you're shirtless. You have a letter. You have your pants on at least, and
Woohoo!
you still have a bottle of sake that hasn't been taken away from you yet.
Uh, new plan.
Mm-hmm.
Drink sake
Mm-hmm.
and find Sylvia, deliver letter, get more sake.
So Sylvia, that does bring up the question. You were left behind in the dust after, you know, past tiefling who we haven't named yet, just kind of strolled off and laughed at you because you were going to be on a suicide mission, and she was here, nice and cozy with an actual job.
I guess she's gonna go look for her other companion.
Um, I would suspect that, oh gosh, name, Rena is close by, right?
Yeah, I thought we were
After she didn't
close.
get the sake bottle, Rena just said, I'm gonna go find the bar.
Should
she
I go
walked-
get Taraz?
Whatever you want to do.
She nods and goes the other way.
And it isn't hard to find him if you put two and well, actually, give me an intelligence check or even investigation, and let's see if you can put two and two together with he had a bloody shirt, and he wandered off. 25. Yeah,
Oh,
there's a perfect logic to, oh, my companion bled all over his shirt from his nose. Well, he must be in that laundry room that we found earlier.
Yeah, she goes to the laundry room to look for him.
And there he is. Are you hanging in the outside in that little Zen area, or are you still on the inside? Like, where are you at the moment?
um, it probably would have been like, all things considering, probably just maybe like rounding a corner nearby or something like that. Just looking for my companions, taking a swig of the sake.
Yeah, so he isn't too hard to find since, he didn't stray too far.
She's gonna go up to Taraz and wait until he's finished with what he's doing.
I'm pretty sure that bottle was done.
Okay, so we should go find Rena. She's at the bar.
um, Taras looks at Sylvia and hands her a letter. He's like, before we go anywhere, you should read this.
Fine. She opens the letter carefully.
Yep. And
is it the reading that you gave me earlier?
yeah, you can do an investigation check to find out more details about it, etc., etc. So, hey, you do recognize your own father's handwriting, but it seems rushed and it seems forced. So it seems like he was either being threatened and writing this, or somebody may have been forging it. It's hard to tell.
She looks kind of sad as she looks at the letter, and then she folds it up and turns to Taraz and goes, "We should tell Rena. I didn't know that a trinket from a ruin would be such problem."
It's no problem, Sylvia, but we should tell Rena. We should make with the quickness just in case she's already found them, or in this case, they're already dust.
She nods and puts the letter away.
To the bar.
Rena,
Uh-huh.
you are trying to find a bar.
Yeah.
How do you go about this?
Uh, as she walked off, she just asked the guard. This place is I'm still getting used to this place. Where can I get a drink?
Well, you could go to the area where they're serving all the food, but if you're looking for like an actual bar, you have to go outside the gates.
Okay. And she kind of asked for general directions, how to get there.
Yeah, I mean, they tell you there's a northern entrance on the palace grounds. It's not too far away. Only a few acres across the lawn. And once you go out, you get into a square, and there are a few high-end taverns near this palace, of course. But if you want something a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more rustic, or maybe they said lively, really depends. You head north and go more toward the river, and that's where you start getting out of the bougie area and more into the regular folk, the nicer um not homemade, like cozy taverns, like they're homemade food and
Yeah, a little more, maybe a little more local type of place.
Yeah, yeah, it has more of a local flavor. And if you go outside of the city gates, that's where you start getting into like the like poorer areas or the farming areas, and the taverns there are just like, you know, little nooks where all of the local like workers are at, and you know, everybody is just lower class.
All right, yeah, she's not going to the lower class area, but definitely, you know, a little more local type of bar than the bourgeois ones right outside the gates.
Yeah.
So she says, thank you," and then she holds her hands up and starts saying, "Source of power who crosses between earth and sky, gently blowing wind, gather in my hands and give me power. Flying!" And she flies off towards the bar.
Nice. This is probably at the point where, you know, it's not too hard to track Rena or her path of stuff.
Yeah, just walk around and say, "Did you see someone like flying by?
Yeah. Did you see like this short
Flying
redhead?
people or explosions or maybe both?"
You guys have been traveling with her long enough to know that, you know, who to ask if you see a bewildered look of like, you know, a guy who's like, I don't know if that was a flirty conversation or if I was just dissed type of look, and you're like, yep, Arena was right here. And
Love it.
yeah, you like just leave outside of the palace gate right when Rena like shouts her spell and just flies off.
Is it possible I can use the cantrip thaumaturgy to expand my voice and just yell Rena to get her attention before she goes too far?
Yeah, yeah, you can.
I would like to do that, attempting to get her attention.
Okay. Give me a perception check, Rena, and we'll do it against his spell save DC.
Let's see, where is that? Spell save. Spell save DC is 15.
Yeah, you got over it. I'm gonna say, yeah, yeah, you probably do hear him actually.
Hmm. And Rena stops flying for a moment and swoops back down towards the two. Just like, what do you want?
Uh,
Do
Sylvia, would you like to explain it?
Your life is at risk, Rena, as with the rest of us.
Yeah, when isn't it?
This time it is my fault. I'm sorry. She opens the letter.
Rena slowly sits down on the ground near Sylvia and pats her on the shoulder and says, "Ha, don't worry about it. Want to go get a drink?"
She gives her the letter.
And Rena takes the letter and what is this? Starts reading it.
So it's very poetic. It starts off like, you know, when you first open the first half, it sounds like a letter from home, you know. Oh, hello, dear. This is your father. How are you doing? The chickens are doing well, etc., etc. But when you actually open the lower part, it turns into a poem that's slightly menacing and but like really well done. Like whoever wrote this is like, mwah, good poet. But you know, it's threatening your lives and saying that, you know, if Sylvia doesn't bring back this trinket, you all are gonna die in horrible different ways. And you know, you never seen in the written language your death done so beautifully.
It's like they're almost flirting with us.
Almost. It's like a
Oh my
love
God.
love letter, but to your death.
So yeah, Rena, after reading that letter,
Hmm.
just want to make sure we're all together so you don't get to disintegrate all of them.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what. Do you know what the trinket is they're talking about?
Is she asking Sylvia?
Yeah, kind of directed at Sylvia.
Yeah. Well, you see, it's a little bit more complicated than that. She turns around and there's a really small skull that's actually holding her hair together with a band, and she says, "It's not just this though. It is also a part of my memory and a part of my powers."
Well, you keep it, and we'll deal with what happens. No problem.
Hmm. Do you all want to fly to the bar? I mean, we could do that.
If
Where's
that
the
will make you feel better.
Where's the fun in that? We could always walk, and if we're lucky, we'll get into a fight.
Ah,
Or just saying, we don't have to spend any money and make them get us drinks here. Just saying.
yeah. I guess I can only do flying myself, huh?
Did you
Okay,
do the ritual too?
I'll walk with you.
All right. Well, I mean, plus,
Ritual?
honestly, when was the last time we all got to take a nice stroll down an alley or down a road and not attempt to get stabbed?
A little bit of excitement isn't bad. But if we run into something, we could always it'll make a good story when we reach the tavern, at least.
Yeah, and if we're also lucky, they'll have money on them and they'll technically buy us drinks.
Yay! Now I like your thinking.
Yeah. Sylvia, you doing okay?
Yes, I didn't want to interfere with your lives.
Don't
Well, you're
worry
doing
about
a
it.
great job at that, aren't you now? And Arena just kind of laughs it off.
She
It's no
looks
problem.
sad and just looks down.
And Arena just puts an arm around her and says, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah, it's fine. As Shantia says, there's the many cycles. We all experience them one way or the other.
I just don't know why they would want something like this. It doesn't really have much value to anyone else.
Well, maybe they're just trying to hurt you directly, indirectly. They're just trying to get to you.
Well, whoever it is, we'll just blast them.
Speaking of which, do you know that tiefling lady? Like, what's your story with her?
Oh, she's from my hometown.
Hmm. So she was the one that gave me the letter to give to you. Do you think she's in on it?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. Well, I think we should just be a little bit extra vigilant, have a couple extra drinks, and if anybody wants to get uppity, who wants first crack?
I will. It's my fault anyways.
No.
I
Don't,
got your
don't.
back.
Yeah, don't blame yourself. Like, listen, I'm pretty sure somebody was gonna come after Rena anyways, and they'd still have to go through us. So it's just a thing. It happens. Don't feel bad.
And
My
any
responsibility.
enemies that I've made, they're worth being enemies anyway.
I
So
guess that's
whatever.
true. Well, what about you? Do you really think that this is safe here?
Well, I think if Rena goes, full on fireball mode, no place is safe.
That's the most logical thing you said all day.
I know, right?
But the person who gave you the letter.
Mage Hand slaps slaps Taras.
I've felt that somewhere. Hmm.
He just watches this happen.
Uh,
uh,
what were you going to say, Sylvia?
well, the tiefling, she knows we're here, so it could be very dangerous for us, don't you think?
Well, yeah, if the tiefling knows we're here, she might think we're sticking to the castle court. So we're already one step ahead.
Exactly. Plus, I've I've had to cross a mountain range in the dead of winter, blizzards everywhere, owlbears chasing me. It's a great story, but I'm not telling it until we get some drinks.
Smell of singed owlbear hair stinks.
Yeah, but it tastes so good.
Yeah, at least it gets cooked at the same time.
Well, there's so much fat on it, but by the time you're done cooking it, it's, done. Now, where's that bar?